Good morning. Welcome to Local Business Focus. I'm Sally Barker. Joining us this morning is Peter Treneman from Group Support, proud station sponsor. Good morning, Peter.
Morning, Sally. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Excellent. That's good to hear.
Now, I'm looking forward to this one today. Why you should employ the best. Now, that's a controversial statement in itself, isn't it?
Absolutely. There's lots of people, and a recent international important person, the president, has caused suspicion to be raised about who you hire, and creating suspicion within your team is a bad thing. I disagree with that. I disagree. You should employ the best. You should employ the things that actually make your business work. You should pay the money and get the job done. Because the shorter amount of time you spend worrying about all that, and the more you get on with your business, the better your business will be. Because you'll convey that attitude to your staff, you'll convey that attitude to your clients, you'll convey that attitude to everybody you meet, that you just want the solution. Whether that solution is, pretty and lovely and matching, or whether it's effective, efficient, productive, whatever it is.
Yep. So when we're talking about employing the best of what?
There we go. That is ish. That's the thing. Everything. Absolutely everything. Because it's the best of you. So you need to push that out to other things. So when you're talking to your trusted advisor, your IT guru, the go-to person that you've developed, and quite a while ago we talked about having that person and cultivating that relationship. So you had someone to bounce ideas off, someone you trust, someone who doesn't always agree with you. Make sure that they understand your business and that you understand their language. When you're bouncing ideas off them, you're looking for always trying to achieve something better, something new. Now, it's easy with the guys who have new inventions and want startups, and they're reaching out into the next dimension of invention, whether it be electronic or internet or whatever like that. It's easy because they want the best, and they will sacrifice everything and stop at nothing to stretch themselves. But it's us in normal world who go home to the kids at night, the family and all that sort of stuff, who sometimes thinks, oh, well, I'm not going to pay all that money for something that can do the job a little bit better. I'll save a bit of money and I'll just cover that gap. But how much does covering that gap cost? Okay. Now, the other week we talked about how you value your time. Okay. Now, you as a person is worth far more than a piece of equipment, a system, and a robot. So when you're looking to employ people, do you employ someone who's able to do the job, someone who's just about able to do the job, or someone who can romp the job in and have time, energy, and enthusiasm to do more?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know what I'd choose.
Yeah.
Recently we had some issues where we had to, a staff member had to leave to look after his family. Sad for us. But during the process of employing a new person, we found someone who wants to change tack. Now, they were a high flyer in another industry. Okay?
Right.
Now, there's a threat. If you follow Mr. Trump's comments, there's a threat there where I'm invoking some suspicion that he's going to either take all my IP and then run. Okay? And that exists. But what do I do in the meantime to mitigate those circumstances? Do I inspire him with my passion? Do I give him the direction, the focus that we have as a business? And I can tell you that after 6 relatively short weeks, he's firing on all cylinders, he's doing the job, and he's caught the infection. He is passionate about what we do, knowing that little margin of difference makes that cream on the cake.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And a cake without an icing and a cake with icing are two vastly different beasts.
Yeah.
You can't take a cake without icing to a kid's birthday party. Forget it. You can be eating in life. Yeah.
Exactly.
People also say high personality and teach skill. So natural ability and personality are the two things that you're looking for. Once you've accommodated the basics, they need to be able to answer the phone and say hello in a reasonable fashion. They need to be able to convey the information and talk to your clients. But where do you go from there? If they have similar skill sets in their personality, the way they talk, the mannerisms, that sort of thing, and you can educate them, isn't that employing the best? Don't be threatened by someone who is more intelligent than you or understands more than you. If you can teach them the passion, you'd be very surprised about how much they can work for you. And then while you're out at the day spa, cycling, playing golf, while you're out doing those things, you know that the office is good. You know that everything will be handled. You know you've got people on your side, at your back, taking care of stuff.
Because personality and relationships, we spoke about that before. Right. That's very important.
That's right. That is. And many people make the mistake of actually focusing on their business and only having people who they can control. And while that's an important part of some business aspects, it's not their biggest story. And we're talking about a bigger story here. We're talking about people being stretched out of their comfort zone. We're talking about people who want to grow their business, people who want to have new things injected into their system. So that, where they want to learn more to make their businesses better. Mm-hmm. And that way, as we talk about businesses and the better way to do things, sometimes some of the things I say may be disagreeable. Poor old Frank, he's having a hard time understanding and knowing all these new things. Now, Frank's one of my clients. Well, not really, but that's what I call all my clients when I'm talking about other people. And when they're talking about him, when we're talking to him about doing new things, he struggles. Okay, he's this particular Frank is getting towards retirement, and he's not looking to actually extend the business. At the moment, all his thought processes are around retiring. They're not about preparing the business to launch, to sell. And we spoke about that as well.
We did.
It's your prime asset. How are you making the best of it so you can sell it? So if you're in that situation, isn't it better to have the best of breed, have a brilliant asset that's glittering with jewels of personality, of people in the business, of equipment, of processes, of procedures that are the best, and sell that as a jewel rather than have this tired old, circus animal. They've lived a life, they've been hammered, and it's just going to be absorbed into the Borg of a bigger organisation. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know what I'd like. I'm passionate about my business. I'm passionate about growing it. I'm passionate about making it fruit that's attractive for someone to actually come and buy and to take off me because they want it more.
I mean, we did speak about this a couple of weeks ago about preparing a business and for sale. But like you said, if you haven't employed the best,
absolutely,
and you are looking towards retirement, then you wouldn't have that motivation to make it better before you leave.
But you need to start that policy, that whole change of heart from the start. Mm. Make it your drive. Make it the thing that you do. So when you get up in the morning, have you got a bomb of a car that you drive? Are you happy with a 1962 Fiat Bambino? Or have you got a slick black 2017 Audi A4? What do you drive? What are you doing with your house? What are you doing with your clothes? Do your clothes represent the way you want your staff to be? Is that the best? Are you employing the best? Are you employing the best processes? Have you got someone to come and help you to review what you do? Review how your processes are put together? Have you both got the best equipment? A fast server? Good machinery? A slick workstation? Is your carpet clean? Is your cleaner the best?
So all those things are important, and you're setting an example.
Absolutely. Not only setting an example, but you're setting a statement, and you're putting something forward that says anybody who comes and looks, we've got it covered. We've got the people covered. We've got the equipment covered. You know, spend the money. I went to see a large contractor recently who charge way much more than the competition. And their big thing, and everybody believes it from the top down, is that they provide a superior service. Now, they provide this so-called superior service of the same lines, the same things, okay? But they believe they provide a superior service. It doesn't matter whether they do or not, they believe it. They convince people. They're passionate. They've employed the best. They've got the best culture. And that's what we're driving at. Make that yours, and the world will be yours. So, yes. The other part of all this is that if you inspire the best, your staff will rise to the challenge. And the ones that don't, they need to go. And that's a hard decision in business. The computers that don't work need to be thrown out. Now, I have a Frank, I saw the look. I have a Frank out there who loves hoarding stuff, and he's got a shed full of old computers, and he quite often jokingly threatens my staff with bringing back the old 286 or the Amstrad that he's got sitting in his shed. There's a lot of people that hold on to this stuff, okay? But if you need to throw stuff out because it's dragging you back, is that part of the overall business culture of not employing the best? And sometimes what you find is spending a little bit more means you save a lot more. And we spoke last time about Frank and his UPSs. He saved a minimal amount of money, you know, $20, $25 per unit, okay? But he destroyed his whole network, you know, within a week, okay?
Yep.
Which isn't saving money. Spending a little bit more and having someone do it for you to put it in while you concentrate on doing what you're best at, even if it's while you're out in the golf course or, you know. So it makes sense, but not everybody sees it that way. And it frustrates me to no end. You know, there's plenty of people who've had rants from me because that's the case. You know, why do they bother? They spend $2 more and they get something that's far better.
Do you think it comes back to not having a solid plan?
I think sometimes it's a bit of fear, yes, and it could be fear of finance, it could be fear of a plan, it could be fear of the future. It could also be that someone actually doesn't think that particular component is worth spending the money. You know, it's only the printer. Do you know what I'm saying? But the printer needs a belt around the head, you know, on a regular basis. It needs to be cleaned and needs new paper and needs new ink and all that stuff too often. Why not get one of the maintained ones where they sit in your office and some little boy comes in and cleans it for you once a week, twice a week, once a fortnight, whatever.
Yep.
Do you know what I'm saying? Get it maintained so that every time someone wants to print, they can print.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So if it's only the printer, it's only workstation, it's only that old laptop that I take out with me sometimes.
Yep.
That I now can't go to a conference and work while I'm at the conference because it can't connect or isn't secure or don't hold everything I want it to hold or doesn't have a video camera on it or, you know, what's it stopping you doing? So if you're employing the best, they liberate you, they empower you to actually achieve what you need to achieve. And even if you're not wanting to make $1 million tomorrow, they give you more time to go and play golf or go scuba diving or, you know, dancing or whatever it is that...
Have more time with the family. That's it. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us today. Next week, we're going to talk repetition. And
I'll say it again every time. Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you so much for joining us on Local Business Focus. Peter Treneman from Group Support, proud station sponsor.